Welcome back to Seed Time and Harvest. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God. It's this with God that we want to talk about here for just a couple of minutes. And so John is trying to lift Jesus up, just as a little review. In verse 14 it says, "The Word was made flesh and dwelt among us." So we know that the Word is talking about Jesus. Now remember that Jesus had deteriorated in the minds of the people into being just a good man or maybe a good teacher. So he quotes Jesus in chapter 10, verse 30, and Jesus says these words. He says, "I and the Father are one." And so this is this oneness, this with God has to do with a relational closeness. It's not talking about physical proximity where Jesus was simply with God. He was talking about a close relationship so that they had the same objectives, the same purpose, the same desires, and in this case, really a desire to save fallen humanity. A good illustration of this would be where someday he hopes that this son will grow up and be one with him, maybe in a farm operation or ranch operation or something, in business with him, and they would have the same desires, the same willingness, the same looking for success. And it's, we have a figure of speech called two peas in a pod. That was kind of an illustration of what Jesus and the Father were like. They were separate beings, but they were one in purpose, one in mind, one in heart. And it's like these two little kids walking along here. I don't know where they're going, but they sure look like they're headed in the same direction with the same purpose and same determination. So that's really what this with God is about. So when we come back, we want to look at this last part of the verse. In the beginning was the Word was with God, the Word was God. It's this, the Word was God, that we want to look at. But until then, keep the faith, keep trusting in Him. Life has its challenges. Jesus didn't ever say there weren't going to be any valleys, but He said, "I will walk through them with you." And so we want to keep you encouraged to keep your trust in Him. Until then, I'm Rod Bieber with Seed Time and Harvest.